Apalak, hi, how are you?
Yeah, Amit, all fine. How are you?
I'm doing good, Apalak. Apalak, yet another episode of Tech This Week. Recent news which came suggested that Elliott Management, which is an activist investor, has taken a big stake in Salesforce.
Right.
What are the implications, Apalak?
Implications are huge, Amit. This is a big story. And I'll tell you why. Because, Salesforce is one of those triumphant leaders in the SaaS space. They give shape to what we know as SaaS, software as a service as a category. They have been a dominant player as far as CRM goes.
Right.
They've had some big ticket acquisitions in the likes of Tableau and Slack. But I'll come to that later. And also, you've had Mark Benioff, who is who's been their co-founder and the CEO. Very charismatic leader. And the issue and the challenge with an active investor is, they push for tremendous amount of restructuring, right? So let me first help you understand what is an activist investor. So the active investor, more often than not, is an institutional investor, which seeks both representation and pushes for operational improvement among other significant changes. So it starts with one of their guys coming into the board and then calling the shots into what should be done and not done. So much so that there could be, like I said, restructuring, there could be massive layoffs. They could be talking about, divesting some of the current, assets that Salesforce has. So options are there because they come in to make an organization profitable. So it's purely a money game, and their objective is to increase the share value of an organization. But many a times, it does not augur well for the organization itself.
Right.
Many cases in the past we have witnessed, whenever there has been an active investor come in to an organization, we see the share value may have increased, but that has not been, it has been detrimental for the organization in itself, right? So I think clearly it's a high stakes power play that Mark Benioff will be pitted against Elliott Management. In fact, and to complicate things further, Elliott Management is not the only activist investor on Salesforce right now, right? You already have Starboard Value, who took share in the company somewhere in October of last year. So imagine having two active investors on board can be a tricky scenario. And just to give you context of what Elliott Management, how they run their organizations, Elliott Management last big takeover was that of Citrix.
Right.
They got Citrix. They made Citrix go private, where you had Citrix-TIBCO alliance. And anybody who's followed the story would be aware that Citrix had to lay off 15% of their employees. That's a big number, right? So all I'm saying is, whenever you have an activist investor come on board, you can definitely expect disruption. Whether it's good or not, that's for time to tell. But yes, tricky times ahead for Salesforce. I wish them the best. They have been literally for the longest been the pole bearer for SaaS and cloud as a whole. It's too big a company for us to see it go down. We wish they know how to keep it running going forward.
Sure, Apalak. And if you have to provide a quick Think Teal take on this story, what would that be?
Amit, in my view, when you have an opponent, and here I am looking at an active investor as an opponent. Imagine you and I, who are founders of an organization, suddenly we don't have a say how we run an organization. We'll be hurt, right? So, when you have an opponent, you think like one. To defeat an active investor, you've got to think like one, be true to the core values that the company was founded on, and be consistent, right? I would probably conclude with this small note.
Sure, Apalak. So, good news or bad news for Salesforce, we'll wait and watch. But for now, thank you so much for your inputs, and we'll connect again for another story tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.